everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sherry here, aka Diamond Art Addiction, and welcome to Storytime Sunday and my second video for today. I was not gonna do Storytime Sunday, and then I'm like, no, I need to do Storytime Sunday. I love Storytime Sunday because I just like to bullshit with y'all and speak my thoughts and opinions on things. And today's topic is, what is the meaning of life? I know a lot of people ponder this and think about it, and I know I'm one of them. And for so long, I always wondered, so I'm just gonna lower you guys down a bit there. I always wondered, what was the meaning of life? Like, why am I here? Why am I on this planet? What is the purpose of this? And, you know, you guys have been watching me. You know, some of you have been with me from the very beginning of my journey into YouTube land. And you've heard quite a bit of my story. If you are new to my channel, first, welcome. Welcome to the Vibe Tribe family. If you're wondering what the Vibe Tribe is, just go through my playlist. I believe it's in a Timeout Thursday, and I will explain what the Vibe Tribe family is. Okay, let's not squirrel. Let's just keep going here. The meaning of life. To me, it's just that right there. What does life mean to you? Yeah, I know it's a pretty deep question, hey? What does life mean to you? It's life. And I've been on this planet in this life for 40 years now. And for so long, I was sitting there wondering, what is the meaning of life? Like, why am I here? Why? Like, I don't understand. Like, I have gone through a lot of trials and tribulations. I have felt pain, suffering, sadness, joy, happiness, bliss, love. And it comes, oh, I love the sound of squares clicking. Squirrel! Come on, guys, it wouldn't be a Sherry video if I didn't squirrel at least 10 times. Hello. So, as you guys heard in my last Time Out Thursday, if you did not see Time Out Thursday last week, I will try to remember to link it up there or somewhere up in the cards. I will try to remember to do that. And, you know, 5 months ago, I was so done. I was so done with life and frustrated. And I'm like, why? Why am I continuing to keep going through all this shit? You know, and all of a sudden I prayed, and I literally got down on my knees, and like, I was seriously ready to disappear and just be a missing person because I couldn't do it no more. And it was like something flipped in my brain. I quit smoking, and about a month after I quit smoking, and it was just after my 40th birthday, right around my 40th birthday in March, that, I don't know, it was after praying so deeply and begging the universe, just help me. Like, I can't keep going through crap. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of hurting. And I don't know what happened. Maybe it was because I wasn't putting pollutants in my body no more. All my senses came back, like sound, or like hearing, smell, taste. Like, it was like I wasn't plugged up no more. And not only that, my third eye opened up. We'll talk about that in a Spiritual Saturday. We're not going to squirrel today. No squirrels. No squirrels. Even though I'm pretty sure the squirrels are rampant right now, because I don't quite all know how to word this without sounding like I just fell out of the cuckoo's nest. So the meaning of life is just that, life. And it was almost when I completely, 100%, I gave up. I gave up. And I just looked up at the moon one night and I said, it's yours. My life is yours. Do what you will with it, because I can't fight no more. I can't keep fighting. I can't keep going against the grain. I can't keep being in my shadow self. As I talked about in Time Out Thursday last week, I was done fighting my shadow self. I gave up and I just rolled with the punches. And it was like, I woke up one day and I went outside and the grass looked greener, the sky looked bluer, everything smelt amazing. And I was, for the first time in my life, you guys, I will swear up and down and on my children's souls, it was as if I woke up that morning reborn. And I had an appreciation for the small things, like the smells, the sounds, listening to the birds tweet. And even though they woke up Mr. Addiction this morning at 5 a.m., poor Mr. Addiction, squirrel! And everything was so beautiful and amazing. I don't know how to describe it, but to me, the meaning of life is life. Live it. Throw all caution into the wind. Throw all caution, like let go. Let go of your inhibitions. Let go of that shadow self. Accept yourself for who you are. Take the mask off. When you take the mask off and you just hand it over, whether you believe in Jesus Christ, whether you believe in Buddha, whether you're a witch, pagan, to me, it doesn't matter. Let go. You know, as that Carrie Underwood song is, Jesus, take the wheel. Let go. Let go of what you think life is supposed to be like. Let go of trying to please everybody else around you and start taking care of your mind, body, and soul. And it was as though I was just reborn. And I see things differently now. I don't have time for drama. I don't want negativity. Don't be bringing that bullshit to me. As I said a few Let's Talk Tuesdays ago, don't feed the monsters. And it's not just the monsters around you, but don't feed that monster in your head. Sometimes I think we are our own worst enemies. And when we feed the monster in our head, or we feed the drama monsters around us, the only thing we're doing is harming ourselves. If you're around people who are talking about negative stuff, does that not make you feel down? We're people who are constantly me. Look at me, help me, work for me. Yeah, well, no, when was the last time you looked at me and asked me how I was doing? You know, my whole entire life, I have been a people pleaser, and I've always been there for other people no matter what. You know, and then people get mad at me when I'm not there for them. Well, when was the last time you were there for me? You know, and if you think I'm speaking about you, if you're listening to this and you think I'm speaking about you, then you ask yourself why you think I'm speaking about you. I could be speaking about anybody right now, or I could just be speaking in general. You know, my entire life, I felt like a soldier in the army of life. And it was, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, jump. Okay, how high? How high would you like me to jump? Oh, you want me to jump off that cliff? Well, okay. Because I was a people pleaser, you know, and I would always sugarcoat shit. I would always sugarcoat shit like I was Willy Wonka in a candy factory, trying to be sweet and kind. And I will always be kind, respectful, and courteous. Unless you bring some bullshit to me, then I ain't going to be so kind and courteous. I will no longer silence myself to comfort another. Someone very wise said that to me, and it stuck with me. And I had my parents here over the weekend. And I took 2 days from not filming. I did my little vlog. That is the next video down in my list. And I was so nervous and so scared to do that vlog video because I don't let people in too easy. I don't trust. I don't want people to get close, because when people get close to you and you start caring about people and then they betray you or they hurt you or they lie to you, you just set yourself up for being hurt. So I keep people like this at a distance. And I just looked up and it was 11:11. Whew. I love numbers. Squirrel. And I know one of my soul sisters is doing the squirrel count as I'm doing this. Oh, Nicole, I love you, girl. And, you know, my parents were here and we were talking about memories and things that we've done in our lives. And I literally sat down with my mom. I think it was on Friday. My dad was diagnosed with COPD. It's pretty bad. And he had quit smoking. And when he quit smoking, I quit smoking. And not only was I quitting smoking for myself to stop putting pollutants in my body. Now, if I could just get rid of the food pollutants, squirrel. Anyway, you know, my mom didn't quit smoking. She still smoked. And a few months later, my dad started smoking again. I just about lost my mind. And I didn't know how to approach my parents. Like, how do you speak your mind to your parents about how you're feeling and tell them that you're pissed off at them? How do you tell your parents you're pissed off? So I had an amazing phone call with my lovely mother-in-law. She is another kind and amazing soul. Have we had hiccups and issues? Yeah, once we have. But what family doesn't have hiccups and issues? She is one of the kindest souls I've ever met. Next to my mother. And I call her Mama C because she's like my second mom. Anyway, before I squirrel too much here, I had a conversation. I had good conversation with my mom, or my Mama C. And I said to her, how do I speak to my mother? How do I bring this up that I am so hurt and pissed off and angry that they're still smoking? You know, and she's like, well, why are you pissed off and angry? I said, you want to know why I'm pissed off and angry? And I said, how come it's okay for them to intervention me when I was a drug addict, saying that they weren't going to sit by and watch me kill myself? And they were like, I got interventioned 14 years ago. I got interventioned, you guys, and without the cameras, you know, and I'm like pissed off. Like, why do I have to sit back and watch you guys kill yourself? And, you know, Mama C said, say it just like that. So I did. On Friday, we were standing outside Walmart and my mom was smoking. I'm vaping. I'm a vapor. And I got upset with her. You know, I said what I needed to say with kindness and respect. And I spoke my mind. I spoke what I was feeling. And when my parents were here this weekend, they both promised me after these cigarettes were gone, they're going to quit. My parents have never made a promise to me that they couldn't keep. And my dad said, I grew up with my father saying to me, don't make a promise unless you can keep it, because all you have in this life is your word. And the moment that you lose your word, you've lost your integrity. You know, and I've come across a lot of people, a lot more than I'd like to admit, that don't have integrity and can't keep their word. You know, and the one thing I know I can count on with my parents is that they're going to quit smoking. You know, I understand the cycle of life is death is life and life is death. You can't have one without the other, just like you can't have the moon and the sun. You got to have one, light and dark. It's just the way it goes. I get that, but I'm not going to sit back idly and watch my parents kill themselves with cigarettes. I quit so my dad wouldn't have to smell it off of me in support of him, you know, and it worked. And now that I have a voice, and I am definitely going to keep doing what I'm doing. I am going to speak my mind. I am not going to sugarcoat shit no more. I ain't Willy Wonka and I'm not making candy. So, and if people don't like what I have to say, that's their problem. Don't make it mine. You got an issue with, you know, like anybody can speak how they feel as long as it's with kindness and respect. And if people give you a hard time because you're speaking your truths, then they don't matter. As the saying goes, those who matter won't mind, and those who mind don't matter. If people will not respect you for what you have to say, and they're not going to respect you for having a voice, then that's their problem. And walk away. Walk away, walk away, walk away as fast as you can. Walk away. It's been hard to lose friends that I care about, but I am not going to know. I'm no longer going to let people make me feel bad because they're pissed or they're upset. To hell with that. I'm sorry if I'm trying to better myself or if I'm trying to move on from being in a dark space. I don't want to be in a dark space no more. I want to live life. I want to enjoy it. I want to, no more negativity, no more drama. Save the drama for the llamas. Love that. And as I always say, if you don't like what I have to say, well, you do you, honey boo boo. I'm going to do me, sweet pea. This is my life. And I have done enough time in this life worrying about others' feelings and how they feel and what they're thinking when I don't feel sometimes I get the same courteous back. You know, I have perfectly good strangers, subscribers, followers, Vibe Tribe, my Vibe Tribe. I've got my Vibe Tribe who have spent more time being courteous and caring of how I feel and what I think and what I have to say than I have from friends and some family in the 40 years that I've been here. And it blows my mind that I've got strangers in my life that have been more, you know, and I do the same for them. Do unto me as you want done unto yourself. I will be the most loyal, considerate person, kind, caring. I will go above and beyond to help people. But after so long, when you're not getting the same thing back, it gets old. It really, truly gets old. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of bullshit. Tired of the negativity. And if you're watching this and you think I'm speaking about you, then you need to look inside yourself and ask yourself why you think I'm speaking about you. Why are my words resonating with you? You know, and or even if my words are resonating with you because you can relate to this. I've been a doormat for ever since I can remember, and it wasn't until the bullshit that happened over the last year that just made me wake up. You know, the meaning of life to me is family. Watching my grandson get born on the bathroom floor. I know I mentioned to you guys that I was going to tell that story, and I am definitely going to tell that story. So in 2017, I was living in the next town over, about 45 minutes from where I am now. and I'm back in my hometown where I grew up. Anyway, back in 2017, I got really sick. One sec here, guys. I started getting sick January, February. By March, it was starting to get out of control. In March, my daughter was living in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Squirrel. And she phoned me and told me she was pregnant. Okay. Took me a couple minutes, but I coped. So her and her boyfriend, Larissa, wanted to come home. She needed to be close to where mom was. Okay, cool. Let's do this. And she needed to come home and be where mom was. And okay, so her and her boyfriend moved in with us. We were in a 3-bedroom trailer. So there was me, Mr. Addiction, my daughter, her boyfriend, Carson, my youngest, and then Donovan, my oldest boy, was living with his dad, which actually just happened to be like a few houses down around the corner from us. So it wasn't far. We all lived in the same trailer court. My parents live there now, but at the time it was me, the boys, you know, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, moving on before I squirrel too much here. My daughter, her boyfriend, we're all living there. She brought her pregnant cat home after the cats had kittens. So we had basically on and off 5 to 6 people with 8 cats. 8 cats in a small little 3-bedroom trailer. Needless to say, we were a bit overcrowded, but c'est la vie, it is what it is. So my daughter's pregnancy was good. You know, we had a hiccup in the beginning of it. We were pretty sure she was pregnant with twins, and she lost one of the twins. Anyway, so it you know, and then she was about, and early, they did an ultrasound. So we'll get to the end of the pregnancy. They did an ultrasound on her. Let me get the right color here first, you guys. I need 600. I have a feeling I'm going to need a lot of those because I see I'm doing the pink squares. Like you can see all these pink squares in here. This is from Designer Dream. Oh my God. Sherry, breathe. If I seem a little rattled right now, you guys, I'm going to let you in on something. I went on to Facebook today, and this is a total squirrel moment, but it's going to coincide with what we're talking about. I normally don't go through my news feed at all anymore. I only go onto Facebook to go into my diamond painting group, and I go into Messenger to chat with people. That's it. And I very seldom check my notifications, but something told me to go into Facebook and go into my news feed and then check my notifications. And I seen that an old friend of mine, I will not mention names. I don't mention names on my channel because it's not my place to. But an old friend of mine from when I used to live in the next town over, when I was actually still with the boys' father. Okay, let me see if I can get this I was living, and we were like best friends. Like we were tight. And I was friends with her sister as well. And I found out today that her sister lost her 8-year-old son. And I'm like reading this, and I know, and I'm reading this, and I'm like, oh my Lanta, oh my Lanta. And all of a sudden it was like I could feel her pain in the very pit of my core, because I know that feeling. I lost Xavier July 20th, 1999. I've already told his story in another StoryTime Sunday. I have a playlist if you want to know more. Go check it out. And I reached out to her, and we're talking. And I know how much they're hurting right now. There is no word in the human dictionary to describe the pain of losing your child. And I'm just absolutely flabbergasted. I'm not going to tell the story of how this young man died. It is he died tragically in his mother's arms. And that, to me, right there, is a wake-up call. Again, appreciate the small things, you guys. Appreciate the small things in life. Appreciate your family. Appreciate those that you love. To me, that's the meaning of life, is living life, enjoying the small things. Don't take things for granted. Don't take people for granted. Hell, I used to take just being able to walk normal for granted. Being able to leave your house without having an anxiety or panic attack because you don't want to be around people, because I can't people very well. Oh, my stomach's upset. Sorry, guys. Squirrel! See, when I don't know, my stomach is like really upset. It just feels like I can't breathe. Anyway, moving on here. Whatever the meaning of life is to you, then go for it. But really ask yourself, are you living or are you existing? Because there's a difference. For 40 years, I was existing. Except for the last 10. The last 10 has been pretty good. Give me a second here. You guys. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I had to run to the bathroom. Mother Nature was calling. Anyway, I'm not quite sure where we left off, because what was 2 seconds for you was about half an hour for me. I was texting some people. I was checking my messages. And actually, the girl that I was talking about earlier, where her sister lost her son, that's who I'm actually chatting with. And she lost a friend a few weeks ago, another person that I know. Like, I knew this gentleman that passed away a couple weeks ago. He's from the next town over, and I was really good friends with his wife. And I'm just like, holy snapping dragons. Everybody I know, like people I know that are my age, are dropping like flies. And I'm going, like, appreciate life. Live for the small things. If you're not happy in your life and you feel like you're just existing, well, then you're the one that has to make the changes. Nobody else is going to make it for you. You have to be responsible for your own life. Don't blame others for your issues. I used to do that all the time. Well, if this person didn't do this, then I wouldn't be like this. Well, no, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And you want to know why I say it's bullshit? I say it's bullshit because people can do things to you, but how did you react to it? How did you respond to it? That's what you got to ask yourself. Did you respond properly? Did you ignore it? Did you fall flat on your face? Like, you know, the moment that we take responsibility for ourselves and our actions, whether it was your fault or not, you made a conscious choice to react to it a certain way. And if that reaction didn't work for you, well, you got to ask yourself why. And that's what I started doing. I stopped blaming my ex-husband and the boy's father. Because I wouldn't have gotten beat so bad by my ex-husband if I would have left sooner. But I chose to stay. I wasn't listening to the universe. I wasn't listening to the Lord and the lady, God, Jesus, however you want to look at it. I would get signs. The universe will throw signs at you. And if you're not going to listen to what the universe is saying, I say the universe instead of the God and Goddess, because the universe just sounds, people can understand universe. Whatever higher power you believe in, if you're not going to listen to it, the universe is going to keep throwing shit at you until you get it. Until you learn your lesson, the universe is going to keep throwing shit at you. If you think negatively, think about it. They say for every action, there's a reaction. For every thought, there's a reaction. If you're thinking negative, you're going to receive negative. If you think positive, you'll receive positive. And I know there's some things in life that make absolutely no sense. It took me 14 years to finally come to grips of Xavier. 14 years before I finally opened up and told people about him. And the moment that I spoke, it was like things started falling into place. Things started making more sense to me. And I was like, wow. Same with this year. Things were going really bad in the beginning. January, February, March were absolutely probably some of the worst months that I've had in the past 10 years since I started my healing journey. And the moment I changed my mindset, the moment that I started thinking differently and processing things differently and stopped feeding the monsters, all of a sudden my life flipped on me. And I've never been so happy as I am right now. I am grateful. I'm happy. I know how blessed I am. I am so happy to be alive and living life. Is money tight? Oh, hell yeah. But we have a roof over our head. We have food, water, and shelter. That's all you need. Material possessions are just that, material possessions. You can't take them with you when you die. The only thing I'm taking with me are these tattoos. These are the only things I'm taking with me when I go. These tattoos tell my story. Like I've got one right there. It's a balloon and it says, sometimes you just have to let things go. And it's a red balloon. It's true. Sometimes you just have to let things go. Even if you don't want to, you may have to. If you're, like I said earlier, if you're not happy in your life, then ask yourself why. What can I do to change it? And it's not something that can happen overnight. I mean, I've been on this road to recovery for 10 years. 10 years. 2 months after my 30th birthday is when I took my leap of faith. And I jumped into the wind like a freaking tumbleweed heading for the sunset. I was out of there. I was gone. I just threw all caution to the wind. And it took me 10 years to get where I'm at right now. And I've had some pretty bad times, even over the last 10 years, because I wouldn't change my thought process. I was still a people pleaser. I was still not allowing the world to see who I am. I didn't want the world to see who I was, because the moment the people can see you for who you are, it makes you vulnerable. And nobody wants to be vulnerable. Nobody wants to appear weak or meek. People don't want to cry. Why? Crying cleanses the soul. And I'm just learning that. Like, I'm a big crier. I am a big crier. I cry like a baby, but that's okay. That's called emotion. That means I'm feeling. When I used to do drugs, like when I was crystal meth, cocaine, pretty much anything opioid painkillers, pretty much anything I could get my hands on, is because I was numbing out. I didn't want to feel anything. I didn't want to have to deal with nothing. And when you numb yourself out with drugs or alcohol, that means you're not feeling. You don't have to feel. But you know what? That's only a temporary thing, you guys. That's only a temporary escape. Because when you wake up the next morning, all the bullshit is still there. It didn't go away. So you go and you use more drugs, or you drink more booze, or you go to the gambling machines, or whatever your vice is. We all have a vice. You smoke 2 packs of cigarettes instead of 1. We all have vices. My vice right now is this, diamond painting. This and doing YouTube. You guys and diamond painting are my vice. This is how I am now getting through things. Now that I finally have a voice in this world and people want to listen, that's amazing. Like, to actually let people see who I am. Mr. Addiction, a few days ago, looked at me and said, there she is. I'm like, what do you mean there she is? As he's looking at me. He said, there's the woman I fell in love with 10 years ago. Where you been? And I looked at him and I went, you know what? You're right. Somewhere along the way, I know exactly where. I lost myself again, because when I left my ex, the boys' father, when I left him, I was myself. I said, to hell with this. I'm going to be myself again. I'm done showing, so 10 years ago, I was trying to show people who I was and showing them the medium and the witch. And I got shut down and told I was having a nervous breakdown. I call bullshit. People want to call things they don't understand a nervous breakdown. Okay, cool. That's cool. That's on you. That's not on me. Those are your thoughts. I know what I'm capable of doing. I know what I can do. And if you don't want to believe it, that's fine. That's your choice. You do you, honey boo boo. I'm going to do me, sweet pea. And I did a job for 7-8 years and I lost my voice. I lost myself because I was people pleasing. I don't want people upset at me. I don't want people angry at me. So I'm going to do what they say or what they want so they won't be mad at me or they'll be happy. I put my own feelings, my own thoughts, myself to the back burner for other people. And it's like, why? Why? And now that I've stopped and I'm speaking my mind with kindness and respect, and I mean, everybody has their own way of speaking their mind. Everybody has their own way of speaking their mind. And I will always respect people for being honest, even if it's brutal honest or tough love honest. I will appreciate brutal honesty over freaking bullshitting me. Done with people bullshitting me. And then you find out down the road that they're just talking smack behind your back. Yeah, okay. That ain't ever gonna happen again. And the funny thing is people act and pretend like they're my friend. But yet they don't realize I know what you're feeling about me. I can read you like a book. And people thought I was stupid. No, they're stupid for actually thinking they had me fooled. I knew what they were doing. I know what people say behind my back. And now I don't give two rats' asses what people have to say about me. I really, truly don't. You don't like me? That's fine. I ain't gonna be everybody's cup of tea, and I'm okay with that. Just like everybody on this planet sure as hell ain't my cup of tea, and that's probably 98.999% of the population. There's about 1% of the population that I probably will actually like and won't mind having near me. But the rest, I won't. And now that I have my voice and I speak my mind, if I've done something wrong, yeah, I will apologize for it. But I am no longer going to allow people to make me feel bad because I'm trying to better myself. If you don't like what I'm doing and you don't want to support me on my path, then what kind of flippin' friend are you? Or family member are you? If you can't support me like I've been trying to support you, then really, bye-bye. Have a nice day, because I ain't doing it no more. Those days are over. Gone. Sayonara. Not happening. And I don't need to have confrontation to tell you that I'm done. I just won't communicate with you anymore. I'll just disappear. I'll wish you much love, light, and blessings. I hope you find what you're looking for on this planet, but it sure as shit ain't gonna be with me there. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. And it feels so flipping good. Oh, and it's amazing the positive things that are happening. Everything as I knew it, that was, there we go, I got it back. That's what I like about this painting company. Their adhesive poured glue, it's poured glue, is amazing. Squirrel! That's probably about 10 squirrels now, so I think we're good for this video. You know what, you guys? I'm going to say this, and then I'm probably going to shut this video down for today because I've got to go live in a few hours on my Facebook group. I will have my Facebook group linked down below if you want to request to join in so you can watch me live tonight. Please feel free. I do have admins. If you start being rude or nasty on the live, you will be booted right out. We don't have drama. No drama. Save the drama for the llamas. We ain't feeding no monsters. Not doing it. So I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to bid you guys farewell. If you're not happy, change it. Fix it. Figure out what is making you not happy. Is it your job? Is it your family? Is it your husband? Figure it out. What is making you not happy? Quit sitting on the pity train, feeling sorry for yourself like I was. It's not that long ago. And step up and make the change. If you want the bad, negative things to stop happening in your life, well, you need to learn the lesson that the universe is trying to teach you. And until you learn that lesson, ain't nothing gonna change. It's just gonna keep happening to you, and your karma could actually seep in to families. If you have bad karma on you, it can actually seep into your family. I know that firsthand. I am going to talk about karma and tainted souls. Yes, karma and tainted souls in my next Spiritual Saturday. Bet you that's got you intrigued, doesn't it? Yeah, what's a tainted soul? Tune in next Saturday. You're going to find out what a tainted soul is. So on that note, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That lets me know I'm on the right track to creating content for you. Tomorrow is Mail Haul Monday. Then we got Let's Talk Tuesday. And I might kind of pick up where we left off today and continue on, because I know I sounded probably a bit aggressive in my voice, or not aggressive, but just I'm done. I'm done with the bullshit and I'm done with the drama. So if you've got issues going on in your life and things just don't seem to be turning around, then you need to step up and you need to make the changes, because that's the only way it's going to get better. So until the next time, if you're not already subscribed, I'd love to have you stick around and join the Vibe Tribe family. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay positive, live blessed, and until the next time, bye.